So the standard is NBT 1.1. It says place value addition and subtraction. Looking at that, I can't tell what they expect out of that. So I'm going to go to CPOMs, and NBT 1.1 says you're basically just knowing that it's a place value, that is 10 times the one to its right. Here are some sample questions. So when I look on BrainPOP, really rounding seemed to be closer to that standard than some of the other things. And so the things that I can assign for a formative are the quiz, the make a map, make a movie, creative coding, the worksheet, graphic organizer, vocabulary, and the games. And then for like the make a map, since rounding doesn't exactly show me this standard, I want to make sure that kids know that this standard is to recognize a multi-digit and whole number that is 10 times the one to its right. So I put 2 sample questions here. So the kids are actually getting exactly what they would see on any sort of assessment or test. And then they can add more images, more keywords. But the kids would have my basic make a map, and then they could add to it. So I could assign this to my students. And I could say, this is the map to show place value. I can select my period or my class. I can select when it's due. And then I can hit assign. And then on BrainPOP, let me go back to BrainPOP. So let's say place value. I could also, for different formatives, again, do quizzes, make a maps, make a movie, creative coding. They can code their own math questions. The related readings more for like additional support, enrichment, the worksheet, the graphic organizer, or the games. So let's see what games are related to estimating. So they have battleship number line. So they have jelly bean. So all of these games, Sortify, could be used as formative assessments as well. And then the great thing about the games is there is a snapshot. So they can take a picture and they can write what they were thinking. I chose this because it is easy. And then they could actually turn in their snapshots to you. So your formative assessment could be play the game, but then write down how this actually tied back to knowing that the ones place is 10 times less than the 10th place, and it's 10 times more, and etc. And then on the teacher end, you would be able to see all the assignments. And then these are basically formative assessments. So really, without doing much on your end, you can create your own quiz. You can have the kids create their own maps, their own quizzes. You can use primary resources. And then it grades it all for you and tells you what they have.